Today we're going to be doing a reaction video to all the stuff regarding the David case and the David situation. I have about 2 videos that we're going to be looking at and to be just basically talking over, or not talking over, but reacting to the videos. But long story short, let's just get straight into the videos. And she doesn't know about the video, so this is all just random.
Girl who was found in his Tesla. This is a picture of David and Celeste Rivas Hernandez, who was believed to be around 13 at the time, with the caption, "Celeste and David, don't let me sleep." These are messages between Celeste and her friend at the time she was missing, where her friend says, "I'm just going to check up on you." And she responds, "I don't want to talk to anyone. That's it." Okay, yes, of course. But you have to swear you're going to stay safe. Are you going to talk to David or go back with him? Because I don't want you to get into any more trouble with him. I'm safe. No, I'm not. Okay, I love you. I'll text you in about a week. Don't delete Insta. Love you too. Here's where things get weird. Celeste says it can bleed and not bleed during, because you probably did it when you were younger. I didn't because I wasn't. You said you bled. What? I thought I did. I only bled with David. With Gus, I was just, and did it because he got mad at me the first time for not having with him. This is apparently a picture of David paying off Celeste's friends not to expose their relationship. This is a Discord chat dating back to 2022 where David says Celeste in here and she responds, "Hi, David." And another one in 2024 where people say he has a GF and her name is Celeste. Here's another picture where they seem to be, they've now released.
What the heck?
See, so this shit is all about all around weird. Just weird energy all around. Even her friends. She was talking to her friends like that.
Yeah. Paying off her friends.
He paid off her friends
To not say nothing.
about their relationship.
So then, what about the family? What if he paid off her family too?
He most likely did pay off the family too. But that is just like, bro.
That's...
Even
No,
if they
okay.
paid you off for the person that he paid off, you should have still snitched.
And I think that comes down to parenting, because
Yeah. Like,
nobody's gonna let their underage daughter hang out with an older person. And
no.
also, obviously, they don't check her phone.
They don't check her phone. They're not checking her social media. They're not as aware as they should be as parents. Let's go to the next video.
Moved Celeste's fingers, specifically the one that had the name David tattooed on it. We just got the full autopsy report detailing exactly what happened to Celeste, and this is crazy. So the medical examiner said that Celeste was killed by multiple penetrating injuries with unspecified objects. Specifically, 2 penetrating wounds of the torso with smooth edges that may represent sharp force injuries. The wound on the upper abdomen penetrates the liver, and the wound on the left chest penetrates one of the left intercostal spaces with disruption of the adjacent ribs cortical surfaces. They also said her left ring and pinky fingers were removed, including one of her fingers with the tattoo that had the name David on it. But they said her right pointer finger with the tattoo that matches a tattoo David still has was still intact. They also said her head was partially skeletonized with an absent left eye. And another interesting thing is that the initial autopsy report said that there was a presumptive positive for meth and MDMA, but there was another screening that said meth was inconclusive and MDMA was not detected. They also said that Celeste may have had alcohol in her system, but it didn't contribute to her death. Rest in peace to Celeste. Let me know what you guys think about this, and as any new details come out, I'll keep you guys updated.
Straight up absolute crazy work.
There's so many questions.
There's so much things, like so much questions, so much unanswered questions. But the only thing that we know of is that he's in jail right now.
Barely though.
He barely went into jail.
I know she was missing at first, and then, but by the time she was reported missing, her family's last sighting of her wasn't until months before.
Right.
So who knows when all of this happened.
All this really happened.
But it's been a really slow case. Like, he barely got caught.
Yeah. He barely got caught. They barely coming out with all these informations and details about what happened and how it happened and stuff like that. But this is honestly not surprising on how long this is taking to like get resolved. a lot of stuff, especially stuff like this, and even bigger stuff like this, takes way too long to get resolved in court. Like it takes way too long. This person should have been found guilty a long time ago, just off the simple fact that he's dating a kid who's like, well, she was like what, 15
I think 14.
or like 14.
By
This
the
dude's
time
a grown ass million pop star.
by the time the car was found with her in it,
It's
it
his
was
car. He should have been
about to be her
locked
15th
up.
birthday.
Like I'm saying, like this is absolutely crazy, and all this really falls onto the family because you guys should be there. You guys should be more strict on the kid,
Right.
on her.
You don't let the kid run you. You run the kid.
You run the kid. If you're gonna be the bad guy, you have to be the bad guy and say no. You can't go to this guy's concert.
Right.
Like,
because it all started that she couldn't go to his concert. No, I don't know how this came about, but I know there's been times where she was reported as a runaway, and that's why they didn't take this case as serious. I guess because of all the other times that they were just going back and forth with disagreeing on the child's wants and stuff.
yeah,
I don't know. I think it's unfortunate and it's sad, and I think it's also a reminder that everything done in the dark always comes to light. Like, even though this case is moving slowly,
there's still
somewhat
justice.
getting some kind of a type of justice after so long.
Like, unfortunately, it did take like almost a year, but she's still getting justice. But it's still sad, and it shouldn't have happened. But that's how it is, you know. You just got to make sure you're taking care of your family and you're actually caring about them.
And if someone is not in your age range, then
leave them
that's
alone,
out of
bro.
the question already.
Leave
That's
them
out
alone.
of the. That should be a red flag, not a
All the
green
way.
flag. I think
Yes.
younger people idolize being with older people
Like too
in an
much.
unhealthy way.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like that.
That's
Wouldn't
crazy
you
work
want
to me.
to be more
Like in your
have
age
things in
range.
common and similar
Yeah.
with someone who was born in the same year as you, and you guys grew up in the same type of
Like just growing
memories,
up in the
like-
same type of world, in the same type of life zone.
like knowing the type of childhood shows you all had around,
Yeah.
or knowing what was the cool candy then. Like, 'cause if someone's way older than you, how can they relate to you? You guys
like
have
for
never,
real, deeply for real.
I don't know. It's just it's
No,
a lot
I
more.
agree. Like it's different when you're like 24 and the person's like 26. I agree. I get it. That's different. But if you're literally David and Celeste, bro,
Wait,
go
how
to jail.
old was him?
How old is David? I think that dude's like 21 or like 22.
22-ish.
How old is David the musician?
Born 2005.
David was born in 2005, so that makes him what?
20. Barely turned
That
21.
makes him 21. That makes him barely turning 21. So they're about probably 6 or 5 years apart. But she's still
14, though?
a kid. It doesn't matter if you're 20, 21.
That's almost 7 years
That's
apart.
almost 7 years, bro.
We've been together 7 years.
We've been together 7 years, and that's nasty. That's disgusting work, bro. There's no justifying that. There's no justifying it. And for the friend who got paid out for that shit, you deserve some type of punishment too.
You should have took the money and
still said something. But anyways, there's another part of the video that's going to be at the end of the video that I want you guys to watch and see if you guys can relate to this type of video. We're gonna watch the video, just me and you, because I don't really know how to like talk about that type of situation. But I'm just gonna let it play for the people for the video at the end of this video. But if you guys do like this video, go ahead and hit us with a like and a subscribe and comment your insight or what you feel about this situation, because you can tell that I don't know, I'm a little bit passionate about this conversation. She is too, because that's too much. That is just way too much.
Yeah.
As always, Stay lit, stay safe, and have a great day.
He goes, you transition or you cross over. He said, that's the first thing I want you to eliminate is that word is die. He says, now what happens is this. He said, you all are made of 3 key components: your soul, your spirit, and your flesh. He says, when you transition, your flesh returns to the earth. And that's when I saw a funeral. He was showing me a funeral. And he goes, your soul and your spirit go before God's throne. And I was like, okay. He said, your spirit, and that's when I see in this vision, this glowing, it's like a ice blue glowing white light come out of nowhere. It was like it was standing next to me the entire time. And it just steps from my right and starts stepping forward. When it started stepping in my field of vision, because I'm in this vision, I'm looking, and this was the first time, let me back up a little bit. This was the first time I seen God sitting on his throne. I only saw him sitting on his throne as a spirit twice. This was the very first one. God was sitting on his throne, like I stated in my other testimony, a glowing ice blue spirit. He just looked like he was ice blue glowing, sitting on his throne. The throne, once again, looked like it was big as a mountain. And he was sitting on this throne that was as big as a mountain, but the throne, the back of it came down to here, and his shoulders sat above the back of the chair, and his head rose above the entire chair. So literally God was, oh my goodness, he was bigger than a mountain. That's all I can say. Sitting down, he was bigger than a mountain. So I'm looking up at this spirit sit on his throne that's as big as a mountain, and he's glowing. And I instantly know that's God. And it's like I could see him staring at me. I see out of the corner of my eye this glowing white light start to walk into my field of vision. I kind of look over and I notice it's an identical copy of who I am. It's like another Franklin, a spirit form. And so when I look over, he doesn't look at me. He walks really slow, and it was so beautiful. When I always tell, it was so beautiful. He walked really slow. And then he says, he doesn't look in my direction. He goes, farewell, my friend. And when he said that, it was like my heart broke. It was like my best friend. It was like the one I loved the most was leaving me, and I was alone. When he said, farewell, my friend, he steps into this portal that opens head first, and he slowly and gracefully goes into this portal. It was so beautiful. And it closed right behind his leg as his foot went through. And I'm standing there. Holy Spirit then explained, he said, Franklin, you all are created in God's image. As your flesh returns to the earth, he said, your spirit does not sin. He says, that's in my word. The spirit is always willing, but the flesh is weak. He said, your spirit returns to the source. It goes back to God. He said, then your soul can be judged in terms of its everlasting resting place, heaven or hell. Now,